Today on the channel, we head to the jungle with G.I. Joe Tiger Force, Recondo.
The spirit of the warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe Classified unboxing and review. And today on the channel, from the Tiger Force, the Target exclusive, Recondo. But for all your G.I. Joe needs that aren't Target exclusive Tiger Force, and everything else under the sun, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. And of course, anything over $39 does ship free. Got to get a deal out there. You guys know how that goes. But Tiger Force Recondo just starting to hit the stores, along with Bazooka Python Patrol Officer. We'll see if that'll be right around the corner. That should be the next Joe we hear of on the channel. But a lot of Joes over the last couple of months. I could really get used to a Joe a week. You guys know Hasbro, help us out here. But Recondo, much like Bazooka, not the classic version of Recondo we're used to. It is the Tiger Force edition. I've got to think down the road we will get the more standard edition Recondo. But this one does make sense from a business aspect, because if you come out with this version after the normal version, a lot of people would pass on this. In the meantime, a lot of people are going to jump on the Tiger Force, and they'll probably get the other one down the line. It really is a smart business tactic, as frustrating as it may be. But you guys know me, I'm a sucker for the old Tiger Force. My favorite sub-faction, I guess we'd call it, in the Joe universe. So I'm happy for any and all Tiger Force figures we have. But we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. Still plastic prisons on this one. Coming to a dangerous end very, very soon. But we're still in the fight. We're still there. Still got the window packaging. Good to see for now. Got Recondo on the side. Not my favorite artwork, not my least favorite. We've seen better, we've seen worse, so it's somewhere in the middle. Classified, of course, that beautiful Tiger Force logo. I'm going to get that tattooed on my back. I'm going to really pledge my allegiance to that team. Big window box, all the accessories, all that usual stuff we're used to. Number 55 right there for Recondo. And then you got Recondo on the side there, looking like a young Dan the Beast Severn, or maybe a Don Fry, a little Don Fry. Bazooka's Don Fry, Rekondo's going to be Dan Severn. We're going to play it out in the UFC Octagon is what we're going to do there. But nice kind of, almost like a Vietnam Apocalypse Now kind of look there, I guess, with kind of the sunset, the copter in there. Very, very interesting. Oh, you got the Tiger Force one, too. The Dragonfly Tiger Force. Love that. Where's Wild Bill? Get Wild Bill in here. Then you got Recondo down on the bottom. Very, very cool. Of course, he is a jungle specialist, and it fits right here, this jungle theme. Absolutely the worst back packaging of any toy line there is this one. Can't stand the back of this one. They could do so much more. They can make this so better, but they choose not to. But of course, Recondo, the jungle specialist out there, his machete going out there in the jungle. He doesn't think anything of it. If I remember, wasn't there a blurb in maybe his original filed card that he would fight panthers or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm making that up. Who knows? But of course, Recondo, one of the more classic Joes, not the original Joes, not the Serpentor era, Sergeant Slaughter era, kind of in between period. A guy that was in a few episodes, but not a ton. I think the episode I remember the most from, wasn't it like the Games Master? Was it that one? I think it was that one. And then, of course, what was it? Was it the BET one? Now I'm getting mixed up. But they had all the different sub-Joe teams, and they were trying to get the different pieces. Not the BET, the Mass Device, I think it was. They split off, and I remember Recondo being a part of that. So Recondo, a guy that had some name value, but not as much name value as a Flint. Let's call it right there. But let's get Recondo out of the package. Of course, you got that Tiger Force background. Everybody loves to see that. All hail the Tiger Force. See you later. Goodbye. And then there he is right there, looking good. Looking good. Looking a little bit like Footloose in the take the head off, and you could almost say, oh, there's Footloose. Another classic Joe, of course. Gonna pop all his stuff out. Very cool. Got a little pistol. Every Joe should have a pistol, I really feel. Even Lifeline. If Lifeline comes out, give him a pistol. Let's just get him mad. I can't wait for the day we get a Lifeline. There's going to be stories to be told, because Lifeline always drove me nuts. Him being a pacifist, I was just, man, put him out in the front line. I've had enough of him. Nothing against you pacifists. See you later. But don't join up with the Joes if you're a pacifist. If Recondo needs some help, man, Lifeline, you get your shotgun out, you get your pistol, you help the guy out. You don't just sit there and watch. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. So Lifeline in my childhood playing days, one of the first guys to die all the time. Just had to be done. Had to be done. But all right, let's get down to the accessories here. And we do get a cool backpack with Recondo. He's got a sleeping bag up top. got a green and brown. At least we get a little bit of different colors to this one. A lot of times they're very, very plain Jane. It would be great if somebody could pencil this in, color some of this stuff in. I got the old canteen right there, looking very, very nice. Who knows? But yeah, it's a backpack, very G.I. Joe-like. Of course, sticks in his back as we're used to. Very, very cool. So we do get that. We do get a little pistol, and he should have a spot to hold this, and he does right up front on his chest. So we get this little pistol there, always good to have for a Joe. All in black, nothing too special, but I am glad we got it. Then we do get his rifle. Very, very cool rifle. Reminds me a little bit of like Cobra Law when, remember they shot that... I don't even know what they shot it, but they shot it on their weapons, and it had the little, like, wrappings around it. I don't even know, ectoplasm, I don't know what it was, but it has that, but of course has the wrappings here. I don't know if that's for camouflage. One of you guys can chime in. What do they need to wrap this for? Is it just cool? Recondo wants to make it his own. Kind of like when you have a baseball bat and you put special wrapping on it when you're in Little League. I did it. So I would say maybe that's what that's going on there. But I do like this gun. And I do like that there's no pieces. It doesn't pull apart like a lot of the other guns we've had. I've always said I don't feel I need that. Some of you guys like it. And as always, you like what you like. You don't what you don't. But it does look good. It's got some extra color with the wrappings on it. Then, of course, you get the big old knife. And I would have liked to see more of a straight-up, regular old kind of machete for Recondo. I always think of him with just the old school one, just chopping through, looking really good. I think Muskrat, back in the Joe days, he came with one very similar that I always kind of think of. But I do like this, and it's got a bit of a green handle, a greenish black. Maybe it is black. Hard to see, but I guess it is black. And then nice silver here. Big old fillet on the end. He could definitely do some damage. But when I think of him chopping through jungle vines and stuff, I guess I think of a different knife than this. And maybe that's just my knife prejudices. Oh, so prejudices against my knives. And then we do get a hat for him, and we get a very, very cool... I always think of this as an Australian hat, and I'm not exactly sure. It probably goes all the way back to my very first wrestling figure I ever purchased. Some of you guys know this, some of you guys don't. Of course, that was the famed Outback Jack. That's all they had at Toys R Us at the time when I was getting into wrestling. Give me Outback Jack. I don't know who that is because he wasn't on TV anymore at the time. But I did get Outback Jack. He was my first wrestling figure, and of course, he had a hat just like this. So it always reminds me of that a little bit. But he got it pinned up on the side there, flat on the other one. Very Recondo-esque, though, as we do know. So we do get the hat with him. Now we get down to the old main event. We're in the jungles with Recondo. And oh, man. Always brings a smile to my face. I love the classified line. It just always brings me back, and I just always love the different stuff they got going on here. Just very, very cool. But quite the head sculpt on Recondo. I don't even know where to start on this one. He's got quite the push broom on him. Something that would make Goose Gossage or Raleigh Fingers kind of blush right there. He's got a big, big honking off to the side, like he would just be doing this all the time. Like a young Dirty Dutch Mantel is what it almost reminds me of. It feels like the right side has maybe a little bit longer push broom, a little bit thicker, but it definitely has a lot of personality in here. He almost looks like he needs like a monocle as well. It feels like that would just really take that to the next level, but I don't think he wore a lot of monocles. Very interesting hairdo here. He kind of looks like one of those older guys. We'll call him 50s. We'll call him 50s, maybe 60s. You know, the hair, they slick it all back there, and it's kind of got the wave in the back, almost like a mullet. He's got some of that going on there, but nice hair sculpt. Very, very cool. I'm sure the hat looks really good on him as well. Yeah, he definitely needs the hat, and that really brings the personality really out for Recondo with the hat. But it is cool. It is removable. But he's got kind of a perturbed look to him, and you know who he looks a lot like, too? We keep going back to wrestling, but he looks a little bit like Ravishing Rick Rude as well. He looks a little Rick Rude-like to me. But I have no problems with this head sculpt. A lot of personality in this one, even without his mouth being open or screaming or anything. Just kind of the eyes being a little like this, and then you get a little bit of a lip going on, and then, of course, the big push broom and the interesting hairdo. Just a ton of personality on Recondo here, which I'm here for. Arms do go all the way around. Got a little butterfly action there. Always love that. You got a bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows. We're playing all the hits, people. We got the hands back and forth, side to side, or I guess just side to side, not so much back and forth. You do get the ab crunch, do get the waist articulation. He can do those big old Recondo splits. And then, of course, you got the drop down hips on him. Thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees. Very tight, though. Oh, my gosh, the tightest knees in the business. Recondo doesn't got a lot of give to him, I guess. You do got a boot cut. You do got ankles back and forth, up and down. He does got a little watch on him. He's got a little G.I. Joe watch because you always want to tell time in the jungle. You got to know what time feeding time is and stuff when the panthers are going to get you and the tigers and things like that. Of course, got a black pocketed shirt up top, looking really nice. Got a lot of pockets in the front. Got the hole in the back for the backpack. Got his strap over the top. Of course, the pistol goes right in there. Love to be able to store everything on the Joes. That's one of the beauty things of the line. Got a nice belt on him as well. Got his little G.I. Joe communicator down there on the belt. Pockets throughout, nothing that's removable or pulls out or anything like that. He does got a spot on his side for his machete. Love to be able to store that right there. Of course, he'll hold on to his big gun, his blaster rifle there. Man, oh man, do I got some tight joints on this knee. It'd be interesting if everybody else has that, if it's just mine. He has 2 gripping hands on him as well. Just an all-around fabulous-looking Recondo, and one I would say is going to be a little bit of a sleeper figure, as I look forward to Bazooka. That Outback is absolutely stunning. Of course, Duke, maybe not as exciting by himself, but getting the Tiger Force Ram Cycle made some excitement there. I felt like Recondo was kind of the sleeper of the bunch, and really is a better figure than I anticipated it to be, and as I always say on the channel, that is a good thing. Of course, does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? It's always the million-dollar question. Will he fit on the Mattel stand? And what do you know he will fit on there? You can put his hat on, and you got Recondo ready to take on any special mission in the jungle. And that was the beauty of the Joe team. Everybody had their special capabilities, and they would come together and just rule the world and take on Cobra. That's what they would do. Of course, we got to build out the Tiger Force team. You got Outback, which is, man, just a next-level figure. One of the best figures of last year, if you saw my top 10 list, of course. You got Duke, Sans, Ram Cycle right here. Where's Flint? When's Flint going to be here? That's what I want to know. Of course, you got to have Dave, or as we know him as Bazooka, of course. And then you got to have the Special Ops member of Tiger Force, of course, Rob Van Dam. You got to have him as part of Tiger Force as well. So quite the group, this Tiger Force. They're building out an amazing, amazing team. I am here for them. I absolutely love the Tiger Force. It's my favorite Joe sub team, as I always do say. And I love G.I. Joe Classified line. Give me more figures. Give me a figure every single week. Let's space them out. Let's figure that out. I don't know if that's in the cards, but we do know we're getting a lot more classified figures in 2023. Going to be interesting where this line goes and beyond. I got to think we'll see a lot more repaints. We'll see Flint and Tiger Force eventually, I would have to assume. But it'll be interesting. Will we get Night Force team? We know we're getting some of those Sergeant Slaughter Marauder color figures as well. But will we get Night Force? Will we get some of the Ecto teams? Some of the, what was that? Remember that story arc back in the day where they were fighting like drug lords and stuff? The Headman, I think, was his name. That was the only Joe episode of the cartoon where somebody actually died. Oh boy, how about that one? But there's a lot they could do in the Joe brand, and man, I am here for every single piece of it. Give me more Joes, Hasbro. Keep them coming. But Recondo, man, I'm here for it. A fabulous figure. Pick it up at Target. I don't think you'll have much hard times finding Recondo. Of course, he's just starting to hit, but we know how these things go. He'll be out there for a good amount of time and online as well. So pick him up at your local Target store. But what say you guys? You pick up Recondo? You already have him? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day. And then some, as you guys know. And then Patreon, you can get this video early. You can get all the other videos early. You can get bonus content. You can get exclusive content, Q&As, giveaways, you name it. And best of all, you do support the channel over on the old Patreon. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget about social media. SirPaul64 is where you're going to find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So, for Recondo and Jungle Fighters everywhere, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.